Good evening and welcome to our analysis of Nifty 50. Turned out to be a really bad day for Nifty, riding on the back of news coming from the US that another bank had defaulted, right? And look at this. The moment we opened, it was a downward slide continuously without any stop, right? Resting towards the end. Otherwise, it was a bloodbath for all the investors. Nifty 50 went down 1.5% and the Nifty Bank went down 2.27%. There was, steep selling in almost every index, maybe mid cap 100 or small cap 100, right? Nifty IT and Nifty Pharma, there was selling, but to a lower extent. I was expecting greater selling in those areas because these are industries directly impacted by US, right? But no, the selling was limited in those markets, right? So let's go to a hourly chart and see what was happening. In hourly chart, see it clearly indicates the strength of selling. All the candles forming every hour except for the first hour, right? The candles indicating strong selling by almost everyone, I guess. And towards the end of the day, there was a little bit of, a little bit of sense, a little bit of hold off came in, and a hammer was formed, right? So which is a good sign. However, if we look at a daily chart, so this was the candle for the daily chart. You can see how strong this candle is, right? Now let's evaluate it on a larger scale, on a better timeline, right? So what has happened is this was a wedge forming, right? From this wedge, I've cleaned up the chart. I've moved all the lines for a better understanding. So the wedge was forming, and looks like there's a breakdown from this wedge, right? There's a breakdown from this wedge. However, right, look closely, watch very closely. This area is it's a area where earlier support has been taken, right? Just about where it ended today, right? This is the area where the support has been taken. I'm drawing a line here, right? Previously also here, right? On multiple occasions here. So multiple areas. This area has acted as a strong support line, right? And so it is reflecting in the last hours, last hour's movement also. Now from this, if tomorrow, right, the Nifty decides to ride up, right, it will take support from this line at 17,190, 17,170, 180 or 170, right? It will rise up. If it does not and it still decides to go down, the next resistance, next support that it will face will be at the 16,970, right? 16,970. This will be the next support zone, and after that, the next support zone will be 16,775. Right, these are the two support zones. 16,970 and 16,775. These are the two support zones. However, right, I was just having a look at the market, right, and what does the U.S. markets, what U.S. market is saying. The S&P 500 index is up 0.4% at this moment. Nasdaq is up 1.35% at this moment, and Dow Jones is up 0.28% at this moment, right? So what does this indicate? This indicates that there's a high chance that our markets will also go up. But the problem here is the volatility has gone through the roof, right? VIX, the US VIX of S&P 500 is 27.08, which is very high, right? This indicates that volatility is very high. So in any case, we'll consider only the current scenario that we are seeing. So in the current scenario, it looks like there's a high chance that tomorrow some recovery should be there, right? And if there is a recovery, what will happen? Where are we facing the resistance? Where are zones of resistance, right? So first resistance should be coming from here, right? Let's have a look. So the first resistance should be coming from here, which is 17,260, right? This is the first resistance, And if we move further, this trend line, this line will act as another resistance level, right? So there's a lot of downside if this line of 17,179, wherever the close was today, right? If this close is crossed, the downside is severe, going to the extent of 16,969 and 16,775. However, given the kind of markets are in US right now, there's a high chance that there will be some recovery tomorrow. And if there is some recovery, this zone of 70,270 is the first resistance point, and our trend line will act as another resistance point before so there is some upward movement, right? So very precariously poised markets are right now, and we have to watch our steps very carefully. All right, thank you for watching.